We're live now. All right, we're gonna start. Hi everyone, my name is Raja Ben Ali. I'm a software engineer and a member of E-mma organization. I have with me several members of E-mma also, who are software engineers too. On behalf of the team, I would like to welcome you to today's Code at Home session. As some of you know, the main goal of these sessions is for you to learn how to code by creating a game. And before we start coding, I'm going to explain to you how these sessions, what we're going to do during these sessions. So we are going to explain to you several steps of coding, and you're going to learn several notions, programming notions with us. Today's game is the snake game, and our team will explain and go through with you step by step. And you can ask your questions in YouTube chat. We will follow them and answer them directly. We have 3 members who take care of the chat directly. So you don't hesitate to tell us if you're stuck or something is not working on your side. We'll be happy to help or explain again if there's any specific notion that you didn't understand. And at the end of this session, you will receive a success certificate with your name on it. It's going to be at the end of this session. So we are really happy to have you here today. All right, so we're going to start. Today's game is the snake game. As I'm going to present what this game will be. So it's a video game where the player controls a snake that must eat an apple or several apples to grow without eating itself. So the snake's concept has its origins in arcade games dating from 1970s, which dating from 1970s. And today we are going to recreate this game in JavaScript, a programming language, and you're also going to see how we code a web game's overall functioning. Yeah, let's start. We are going to copy paste in the chat. We're going to send you in the chat the link to the coding platform. So you are going to code with us. Yeah. So click on that link and tell us if it's working for you. If you have it all open, it's gonna be the interface where we're gonna put our code to have our snake game. We are putting the link now in the chat. Open it and tell us if it's good on your side. Yep, it's working. All right. You should have the same thing as me on the screen right now. All right, working. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Tell us in the chat if there is any issue. The people in the chat will answer your questions. All right. So this is the platform where we're gonna put our JavaScript code. We're gonna start this session. I'm going to explain to you what we see here on our screen. So first thing, let's go to change the layout of this platform, so it will be easy for us to code. So here you have the settings button at the top right next to sign in. We don't need to sign in. We're gonna click on settings here, and then we're gonna choose the layout. The layout we have right now is classic. So we're gonna choose the tabs layout. Tabs, you have tabs, and in between parentheses, you have columns. All right, so you click on tabs to change this layout, and we go back. So as you see, we have some HTML file here, some HTML code. This code, we don't need to change anything. The one we are interested in is the JavaScript tab here. So we have several tabs, HTML, JavaScript, and CSS. So you go on the JavaScript tab, you click on it, and you should have these two functions, this code, this text. You should have this text like me. And on the right, you can actually open this, like drag it like this, and you have the display of our code. This is where we are going to have our final code, our final display of the code, and where we are going to play and test our game. So tell me, guys, in the chat if this is good for you, if there's an issue on your side, so we can help you. Okay. So you have here two functions, two elements, the something named game loop and the function named key pressed. Here, inside the key pressed function, we are going to put all the code of the game loop, anything related to the game. And for the second one, called key pressed, we're going to put our code that controls the snake. Anything, whenever a user interacts with the game, we are going to tell our computer what to do. And this key pressed, it takes a key code, and the game, the snake game. And then here we're going to put all the code which will tell our game what to do according to what the user is doing. And here it's the overall game loop. We will tell the snake to move, to do something. Like this is where we're going to put the interaction with the other elements of the game, like the apple or the borders or something. Okay, so tell me if you need something, if there's an issue in the chat. If everything is okay for you, if you have the link opened with the same layout as me and the same code as me, the same tab. Yeah. Okay. So the first thing we are going to code today is the movement of the snake. If you try to test the game by clicking, you click here and you try to move it with your keyboard arrows, you'll see that it's not moving. And the first thing we're going to do is make the snake move. And for this, we go to the game loop function. In this tab, in this JavaScript tab, you go inside the brackets, the curly brackets here. You put a space. You put a space, and then you write game dot snake dot move, and you put parentheses like this. You need to have the same thing as me on the screen. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. So you have this line. This line is the one who will make the game, the snake move. And don't forget, because this is JavaScript, to add a semicolon at the end of the line. For JavaScript, it's different than Python. For those of you who participated in the previous workshops with Python, you need to put the semicolon at the end. All right, so tell me if it's good for you. And I forgot to mention something. To run the game, you need to click on this button. It's at the top left. At the top left, there's a run. You click on it to run the game, and then you can test your game. So if you click run, you press any key. You see that the snake moves now. Actually, you don't press something on your keyboard for now. You just click on this tab here. You just click on the game, and you will see that the snake moves. For now, we are not controlling where the snake will go. We'll do that just in the next step. In the following steps, we will control where the snake goes and how it interacts with the apple, etc. So for now, this is how we make this snake move. And since we are going to use the interaction of the user with the game, like the snake, what we're going to use is we need to know which key on our keyboard the user clicked. And for that, we're going to create some variables. At the top at the top of your file here, you go on the top, you press enter key. You need to be at the beginning of before function, before the first word of your file. You click on enter, and you should have some space at the top here, so we can put our variables. A variable. This is the next concept. Okay. They're just telling me to zoom in. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. All right. So the variables, it's something that it's another programming concept that we're going to learn today. For those of you who are new to programming, a variable is like a little box who contains something for us. And this little box has a name. And whenever we want to access the content of this little box, we just need to put the name of our little box. So if we have a variable named score, it's a little box with our score inside, our game score inside. If you want to use it elsewhere in the code, we just have to type in our code score, and our computer will know that we would like to see the score and use it. And here we are going to store, we are going to define some variables, and just type as me, like me. The first thing you do is you type const in uppercase left underscore key. Left underscore key, space, equal sign, space, 37. And then, remember, semicolon at the end. So this is our first definition of a variable. This is the constant variable. The const means that this variable will not change. We don't want this variable to change afterwards. So we are defining a variable called left key, because we want to use it afterwards to see what the user pressed. So please tell me if you understand the variable thing, the variable explanation. So here, why we are putting 37, it's because on your keyboard, the computer, when you click on your left arrow, the computer don't understand left arrow, but it understands 37. It's how the computer understands it. So we are telling our computer, if you see the number 37, it means it's probably the left key on the keyboard. So we're going to define the other keys. You go on the next line. You can click on enter to go on the next line. You have const again, right underscore key, everything in uppercase. And then equal 39. 39 is the number that corresponds to the right key on your keyboard for our computer to understand. We're going to do the same thing for the up key and down key. And yeah, so up key, it's 38. And then const down key, it's 40. So make sure to have the same thing as me on the screen. This, we are translating for our computer what is the left key and what is the right key, and up key and down key. This is the directions that we need to have to control our snake. And 37, it's you don't need to think too much about the numbers. It's universal. It's how computers understand it's the number associated to your keyboards. So here we are telling our computer the left key is 37. It corresponds to when the user clicks on 37. The right key, it's when the user clicks on the right key on our keyboard. The up key corresponds to when the user clicks on the up key. The down key is when the user clicks on the down key on our keyboard. So here we defined these variables that we would like to use afterwards. Yeah, please tell me if there's any issue with that on your side, and make sure to have the same code as me, and don't forget the semicolon at the end of each line here, as I showed you here. Okay, so we are going to, I'm going to leave the floor to Brita, who will explain to us how we are going to use those key, how we are going to see what the user wants to do with the snake. All right, Brita, it's up to you.
Okay, so now we have our 4 keys, and we will see how we can use these 4 keys on our code. So there are 4 conditions for do an action related to this key. For example, if we press the up key, the snake move to a direction, and if we press to the down key, the snake move to another direction. So for put these 4 conditions in our code, we will use the switch case method. So for that, we will go to the key press function, and we will type switch.
Yeah, so inside the curly brackets.
Yes.
Yeah, space. So
And
I write switch.
switch.
Yeah.
And under parentheses, we will
Then
put
parentheses.
yes, this parentheses. We'll put the key code.
Key code here, like this. So
Yes.
key code. Yeah.
Because key code is a variable that we need to detect which key we press. So now we can open a bracket.
Yeah, so at the end of the line, we open the brackets, the curly brackets. Yeah.
And under this bracket, we will write case. We will type case and a key code. Like a left key or right key, one of the variable that we create before.
Okay, so we put a space and then we use these.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna start with the left key. So you just type left key like
Yes.
so.
And we add a 2 points at the end of the line.
So column.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And we can leave an empty line because we will add something later.
Okay.
And for finish, the first condition, we will just write break. And add a semicolon. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is for the first variable, and we will do the same things for the 3 other variables. So for the right key, the up key, and down key.
So what we do is we go back to the line and we write again the case. Then right key, column. We go back to the line, we put the break.
Yes.
Yeah. And what does this mean? The cases, case switch.
The case is one of the option that key code can take. So key code is a variable. So case is one of the variable that key code can take.
Yeah. All right. So we have other cases to do, to take care of. So we go back to the line, case. If the user pressed up key, column, we go back to the line, we put break. Okay.
And the last variable.
And the last case. So we go back to the line again, we put case, down, key, column, go back to the line, break. And then semicolon, as usual.
Yes.
So can you tell us in the chat if this is all right with you? If everything is if you understand what we explained, if you need something more explanations, tell us in the chat. Okay, I'm just gonna wait a little bit because there's a little bit of delay. but I think it's all right. All right. Okay, just as to explain once more. Can you explain to us once more what's key code, why are we using switch, and what is the case? Just one more time.
Okay, key code is a variable that the function take. A key code it can be a left key, right key, up key, or down key. And the switch method is for do condition. Like if we press to the left key, the key code will be a left key.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna just zoom in a little bit more. Okay. So tell us, what are we gonna do next?
Next, we will put some function inside each case.
Mm-hmm.
So we will put the snake direction in each case, like for left case, just under
Yeah.
this line.
Yeah.
We will set the snake direction
Okay.
to direction left.
Yeah. So here we have our key code, the key that the user clicked. We are telling our program, check with the switch, check the key that our user pressed. If the first case, if it's the left key, we're gonna put the code here. If it's the right key, we're gonna put the code here. If it's the up key, we're gonna put the code here corresponding to what the program should do if it's the up key. If it's the down key, we're gonna put the code. So here, Brita, what should we put as a code in case the user click on left?
We will set the snake direction to direction left. So we type a snake.
Snake.
Dot direction.
Dot direction. Yeah.
Equal.
Space equal.
And we put a direction left.
Okay, so we put another space, direction. Oh,
yes, in uppercase.
In uppercase. So direction in uppercase.
Yes, underscore left.
Left. And then
semicolon. Semicolon.
Yeah. So this line, what does this line do?
So this line will set the direction of the snake to left when we press the left key.
Okay, we change the direction of the snake. Yes. All right, what should we do with the other cases?
And now we will do the same things. We will set the snake direction, but with the appropriate direction.
Mm-hmm.
So for right key, we will type again snake.direction.
Okay, so after the column here, we press enter and we write the same line. So tell me, snake.
Snake.direction.
Direction, yeah.
Space equal.
Yeah.
Direction right.
So direction right. Okay.
The same things again.
Yeah.
Up T. Snake.direction. Space equal direction up.
Direction up. Okay. And then for the down key.
And snake.direction. Space equal direction down.
All right. And don't forget the semicolon at the end. Okay. So I just zoom out. Should we test the game?
Yes, we can test the game and
okay.
Press the arrow key.
Okay, so at the top right, top left, sorry, you have the run. You click on that button. So our code will be taken into account. So run, and then we press the key. So use your keyboard to test the game now. So if you click on right, on left, does it go to the right direction? You can test directly right now. We can test it. So compared to before, now the snake moves and we can control it. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom in again. Guys, make sure to have the same code as us. In case there's a little difference, it might not work. So make sure to have the same code. And tell us if this part is done with you. Do we need more to add something else more for this part, Brita, or we can go to the next
Yes,
person?
that's it. That's it.
That's it for this?
Yes.
All right. Brita, I leave you the floor. Brita, are you with us? No, sorry, Veronia. Sorry, Veronia.
So yes, I'm here. So now we're gonna let the snake eat the apple. So for do that, we're gonna write in the function game loop. So at the line 7, we're gonna press enter after the semicolon.
Where do I go?
In the game
function?
loop function.
Okay, game loop function.
Yeah. So we're gonna
And
press enter.
yeah, after the first line, enter.
Yes.
Yeah, tell me.
And here we want to say for the computer that if the snakes touch the apple, so for a reason, the computer know that the apple is equal to 2. So we will say to the computer if the snake touched the apple, so if they have the same place, we're gonna write if at the
So we're
line
gonna write
8.
if. Yeah, just give me one moment. Okay, so if.
Yes,
Yeah.
if. Next block.
So
between
next.
between parentheses.
So we put the parentheses. Yeah.
Yes.
Then.
And between them, we're gonna write next block. With a big capital letter. Yeah, exactly like this.
The B.
And because we want to be able to know if they have the same place, so we're gonna write we're gonna do a space.
So always inside the parentheses, right?
Yes, always between the parentheses. Yes. So we're gonna write space.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna put 2 equals sign.
Okay.
And then we're gonna write 2. So as we said before, that 2 is equals to the apples. For a reason, the computer knows that 2 it's equal to an apple. So that's why we had put 2. So we had said the computer that if the next block, so if the snake position it's equal to 2, so please do the next code. So to do the next code, we're gonna open curly brackets. And we're gonna press enter. Yes, exactly like this. And we all know that when the snake touched the apple, so when the snake ate the apple disappear. So to disappear this apple, so we're gonna remove it from the game. So we're gonna write space for space. We're gonna write we're gonna press the space key. And then we're gonna write game. Yes.
Yeah.
Dot.
Yeah.
Remove block.
Remove. Then block.
In a capital letter, the B in the capital letter. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly like this. And this is a function that remove a block. So the block that we're gonna put between parentheses, because you all know, kids, now that between the functions we have to put some parameters. So this time we're gonna put the next block, and the next block is the apple this time. So we're gonna open parentheses. And we're gonna write next block. Exactly.
With the capital B again.
Yes.
All right.
And at the end of the line, we have to put semicolons.
All right.
Yes. So now what we did. So now we said to the computer, if the next block equals to 2, so if the snake touch the apple, so please remove the apple. Yes. And then what happens when we um when you guys play this game? So I remember that when I was a kid, so when I eat an apple, when the snake ate an apple, so my score increase. So to do that, we're gonna write we're gonna go to the next line. So the line 10, I think. Yeah, it's 10.
Yeah.
So and we're gonna write game.
Game. Yeah.
Game. Yes. Dot
Dot.
score
Score.
space
Space.
equal sign
Equal. Yeah.
game score plus 1. So game dot score plus 1. What does it mean, this line? So we are saying to the computer, so if my score is equal to 0, so it will be my new score will be 0 plus 1. So my score at the end will be 1. And for example, if my score it's 1, and I had add 1 else because the snake touched another apple, so it will be what? It will be the score is equals to 1 because the one before plus another one, so the score will now equals to 2. And don't forget, at the last of the line we have to add semicolons, otherwise it's gonna not to be work.
All right. So semicolon at the end.
Yes.
Okay.
Good. And what happens when the score increases? So I think that now it's time for our snake to grow up. So for do that, we're gonna press the enter key to be able to write in the line 11. Yes.
Yeah.
And here we're gonna say to the computer, please increase the please let the snake grow up. So for this, we're gonna write game dot snake dot, and here we're gonna use the function which lets the snake grow. So it's called grow also.
Yeah. Grow.
And here we're gonna open parentheses and put a semicolon at the last of the line.
All right.
And here, if we test the game,
Okay.
that
So
what we're gonna see. So if we run the game, the snake, when he touched the apple, so the apple will disappear, the score will be equals to 1, and the snake will grow. So
okay.
could you please
So we click on
run?
run.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we click on run and then.
Oh. Yes.
So here we can eat the apple.
Yes.
Finally.
Yes, we eat the apple. The snake have grown. The score it's equals to 1 now. But there's a problem now. That there are no more apples on the game. It's so easy now. So to make it a little bit difficult, so we're gonna we're gonna go to the line 11, and we're gonna press the enter key, and here we will say to the computer, please, when the snake grow, when after the snake grow, please add another apple, because there's no more apple in the game. So for that, we're gonna write game dot
Dot.
add apple. So it's a function. So
Yeah. So with the capital A.
So apple with a capital letter, and we're gonna put parentheses, and we're gonna put semicolons at the last of the line.
Yeah. All right.
So there's someone who are saying that the score is not increasing. Please make sure that you write exactly what we have written. So game.score equals to game.score plus 1. And if you don't know why we have do it like this, please tell us in the chat.
Yeah. Make sure to have the same condition. And if we have capital letters, you need to have them too, or else it will not work. So when we have capital B or A, you need to make sure to have it too. All right, and don't forget to press the run button at the top left. So our code will be taken into account and you can have it running. Yeah. Shall we test the game, Veronia, now?
Yeah, sure, we could. So
Yeah.
if we were on the game now, what will happen? So when I touch the apple, so the snake grows, the apple disappear, and another apple appears in the game. It's so good. So now, now kids, it's time to a bonus with Alexander. So are you here, Alexander?
Yes.
Could you tell us more about the bonus and what could we do?
Of course. A good idea would be to make the snake game the more realistic possible. And the best thing would be to manage the collisions with the snake itself. So, for example, if we go up and we press the down key, I think that right now it would work, but it would be a kind of issue. We'd need to fix that by modifying the key pressed function. So line 16. We'd need to change the switch and manage the condition where our snake's direction, so if it's up, down, left, or right, so yeah, the direction of our snake, we need to check if it's different of the direction, the input of our keyboard. So, for example, we'll start with the first case, the first case, if the left key is pressed. So just after that, yeah, press enter, and we'll write an if statement. Yeah, just after that.
So yeah, we go to the next line. It's just some people are saying that you're having a lot of issues. Maybe let's look at what is the issue. My snake is not moving. The snake is not going the right direction. It's not changing direction. Let's just show the code first, and then we can go and make the game more complex with the bonus. So guys, I'm gonna zoom in more and make sure you have the same code as me to have the same functioning of the game. So don't forget to have the upper cases when it's the same thing on my side. So for those who say the snake is not moving, the lines at the seventh line is the one who makes the snake move. So this line makes the snake move. And in this part of code, this if statement after this line, the game.snake.move is the one who is the code with the apple, who increases. We remove the block, we increase the score, and we make the snake grow, and then we add another apple. So make sure to have the same code on the game loop. So you can, this is a YouTube live, so you can pause the YouTube live and look at the code and compare, and then you can keep running the video. So now we're gonna show the key pressed function. Make sure you
Yes.
have exactly the same thing before we make the game more complex with Alexandre. What is not working? All right, so I'm gonna scroll a little bit. So it should be like this. So this is the second function. Guys, put pause and look at your code and make sure to have the same thing. And in case there's an issue, give us the line you wrote and we can fix it. All right, Alexandre, let's go back to your bonus.
So yeah, we were on the key pressed function. In the first case, so if we pressed the left key, so we need enter, and we need to start an if statement.
Okay. If.
So
Yeah.
if, open parenthesis, and so what we need to compare is the snake's direction. So yeah, we need to type in
Yeah,
snake
just
dot,
yeah. So space, then parentheses.
yeah, parenthesis,
And tell
and
me.
snake, we need to type snake
Yeah.
dot direction. So we need to access the direction of the snake. And so we need to have a condition if it's different. So it's equal means if it's equal, and how do you say it in English? If it's different, it's common equal. I can't remember. Sorry.
The exclamation point
Oh
you're
yeah.
talking about. Yeah.
So
So
we yeah. So right, yeah, equal.
and then equal. So exclamation point, then equal, and you put space. What is the exclamation point and equal when it's next to each other?
Actually, yeah, equals and equal signs mean that both variables are equal, and when there's an exclamation point and an equal, it means it's different. So our if
Okay.
statement is going to check if two variables are different.
Okay.
And so the other variable we need to check is direction right, as our case is the left key.
So we write direction.
Direction underscore right.
Okay.
Right, so that's our condition. So if the snake's direction is the opposite to the direction we just pressed, and now we need to open curly braces.
Okay. So we put space, then open
Mm.
the curly brackets. Yeah.
Exactly, type enter. Great. And now we need to modify our snake's direction. So we do snake dot direction, just as before.
But don't we already have this line? Shouldn't it be?
Actually, yeah, you can put it inside the curly braces.
Yeah. So our condition, let's just remove the brackets for now. Our condition, we need to check to go to the left. We need to check if our snake was not going to the right. So it will crash with itself. So what we want is to change the direction to left only if the snake was not going to the right. So here we need to put the brackets and have this inside. So tell us where do we put the opening brackets and the closing brackets?
Opening brackets where you are, and the closing bracket just after the following line.
Yeah. So we're gonna delete the closing from here, and we go.
Right, yeah, right here you press enter, and yeah, we'll close it here.
Yeah. All right.
Nice. So now it's done. We need to do the same thing for the three remaining directions. So
Okay.
the same condition for the right key. So the opposite would be the left key, so direction left.
Yeah.
And so yeah, press enter here.
Yeah.
And yeah, same thing. So we write an if statement. We open the parenthesis. We type snake dot direction,
Yeah.
exclamation mark and equal sign direction left, as the case is right key.
Mm-hmm.
We put an opening curly braces.
Yeah.
Then we
Make
delete
sure
the
to
closing
delete.
one.
Yeah.
And the closing one, we'll put it just after the following line, yeah.
Yeah. So after this line, after
Snake, yeah.
25's line, we put the closing. All right.
All right,
So yeah.
let's do this for the two remaining functions. So yeah, press enter and yeah, let's do another if statement. Yeah, if open parenthesis.
Mm-hmm.
If snake dot direction is different of direction down.
Yeah. So we have snake
Snake
dot
dot
direction.
direction.
Yeah.
Exclamation mark and equal sign.
Equal sign. Yeah.
And direction down as it's the up condition.
Yeah. Down.
And then yeah, an opening curly braces.
So we open the curly braces. Yeah.
We delete the other one, the closing one, yeah.
The closing one. Yeah.
And we put it line 31.
Line 31. So we go to the next line and then we press enter and closing brackets. Okay. We still have one more to do.
Yeah, the last one. So press enter.
Yeah.
And so we'll start the last if. We open the parenthesis
Mm-hmm.
and we type snake dot direction exclamation mark and equal sign.
So space, then exclamation mark, equal sign, and
Space again. And direction up, as it's the down condition.
direction up. Okay.
Okay,
Then
great. Opening curly bracket. We delete the closing one, yeah. And we put it just before the break at the end of the break.
all right. Okay, so we have our code. Just one thing, I see that I think the people who are having issues with the snake, to start it, you need to click here. You need to click first, and then it will start the game. It says and press any key, but you actually need to click on this tab to activate it for this interface to understand that you want to access the display. So you click and it will start the game. Just this small parentheses here. All right, Alexandre, let's test the game. So yeah.
I think it's good. You can run, yeah, you could test it.
Yeah. So we click run. I'm gonna dezoom so we can see the game. So we click to test it. Oh, if I don't die, maybe. So if I go. So now you can test it. What should we test, Alexandre?
We should have tested before putting coding the conditions. But what we did just do in code is that we can't collide with our snake. We can't collide with ourselves now. So yeah, now
So if we are going, yeah.
if you get long enough to be able to collide with yourself, but
No, I think it's more if I am going in one direction and I'm trying to go to the opposite direction.
opposite one.
Yeah. So if I'm going to the right and I'm clicking on the left key, it will not end the game. All right. So guys, yeah, tell us in the chat if it's good for you. Not working. So I'm gonna show the code again. It's here. You can pause the live and compare. All right, Verenia, do we have something more to do for this session?
Actually not, but kids, now it's time for the certificates. So Raja, tell us more about the certificate that the kids could have at the end of the session.
Okay, so I see that some people are still asking some questions. Keep on asking the questions, and you can pause the video to have the code and compare it. And let's go to the certificate. So first of all, congratulations, you did a great job at this session. I see that you worked really well, and you have your snake game running. You can still add anything you want to the game. You learn a few programming concepts, so you can make the game more complex, change things. So it is up to you. We're gonna go to the certificate now. We're gonna give you your success certificate. All right, so if you see my slide right now, there's a specific website that you can use to get your certificate. Please, the people from the chat, put the link, the certificate link. And at this, if you go to this link, you will be asked to enter your first name and last name and a workshop code. The workshop code is here, ENS 906. Okay. So the people who are still having issues with the code, don't worry. You can send us the code via email, and we're gonna compare. We're gonna fix it for you and tell you what was wrong with your code and explain to you what you didn't understood, etc. So don't worry. Focus now on the certificate. We're gonna get back to your code just after that. So guys, put the certificate link in the chat so we can have you get the certificate. So I'm gonna put it. I just sent the link. Click on the link and open it. So you should have this link open. This is the link. If you open the link that I just pasted in the chat, you should have this this one. This website, you put your first name, so me it's Raja, and then last name. You put your last name, and then the certificate code. So the certificate code is here, and it's also in the chat. You can get it directly in the chat. So we copy paste it here in the last cell, and you submit. You click submit, and it will give you the certificate. So here, it's telling you success certificate for your name, your last name, etc. And please, guys, it will be really helpful for us if you can take a picture of yourself with your certificate and share it with us. And we're gonna share it in our social media, so other children and teenagers will see that you succeeded in this workshop and that you coded your snake game. To be proud of yourself and show to other children that they can also code. So you have our social media handle in the page here, and after that you will have your feedback, a very quick form with only a few questions to tell us how you felt during this session, what was difficult for you, and also what you would like to have in the following sessions. You can tell us what game you want next, etc. It is really up to you to give us your feedback. So you can send us your feedback, sorry. We're gonna be happy to see and adjust our sessions. It's important to us. And here, finally, we have our certificate. This is my certificate with the game here, with the date, etc. And you can download it. At the bottom, you have the download my certificate button. You can click and it will be downloaded on your computer. So you can click, and here I have it. I have it downloaded. Voila, it's my certificate. And this you can take print the certificate and have it and take a picture with it and send this, so we'll know that you succeeded in this workshop. All right, so that's it for this website, the Success website. And in case you are having any issues, this is our email address. Guys who are taking care of the chat, send the message about the email address. We're gonna share it in the chat right now. So at this email address, you can send us in case you have any question, any concern, any issue with your code. You can send us a screenshot or copy paste your code there directly, and we will be really happy to help you, fix it for you, and tell you anything you are curious about. So this is the code at home. It's code at home at the @ E-mma with a dash after the A, the E, .org. So we are sending it in the chat. We'll also put it in the YouTube, the video description, and you can access it there too. All right, so the next thing is some of you participated in this, so some of you joined this session via our website. You can also subscribe and register to the Code at Home sessions via our Code at Home application. This is the QR code to install it. It's on both Android phones and Apple phones. You can have this link. It is this first link is the one you can use to download it on your phone. You're gonna have all the information about all the upcoming sessions, and you can register directly from there and get the link immediately. So that's it for the the application, sorry. And don't forget, guys, to subscribe to this YouTube channel and put a like and comments about how you're feeling. And you're gonna find in this YouTube channel the upcoming and the previous sessions. You can access the previous sessions, Code at Home sessions, and do the games, create more games. There was escape games, there was a lot of Python games. You can have a variety of games here in these sessions. So don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and also you will be able to see all the upcoming sessions. They will be displayed to you. All right, I think we are almost done with this session. So again, the Code at Home, I'm gonna put the email address to ask your questions. This is the email address, codeathome@E-mma.org. Don't hesitate to tell us anything you would like to see in the upcoming session. So that's it. And also, in case you're struggling with your certificate, to get your certificate, just send us an email with your full name and the date of the session you participated in, and we can send you the certificate as well. So thank you everyone who's with me in the call, the other E-mma members, for this session. We're gonna end it. We're gonna end this session in a minute. So guys, thanks a lot for coming today. We are really happy to receive you and to teach you how to code. We're looking forward to seeing you in the upcoming sessions as well. So don't hesitate to join us to code more games. Okay, so we're gonna leave few seconds for you to comment, and we're gonna end this live. Again, thank you everyone.